Hi YouTube, it's Eric. I'm going to do a video review of the original G-Gun. It's a South African grease gun that I picked up off of Amazon for $295. It is my hope that this will outperform all my hand pump grease guns and deliver me from the injustice of having to change out those tiny little crappy tubes over and over and over again. So let's begin. Once unboxed, this is what the G-Gun looks like. It's got a pressure hose that comes out of the back side of it, and in this case it's 6 feet long, and that pressure hose goes to a lock-and-lube, which is the best thing since buttered bread insofar as getting your Zerks greased on up. Inside the lock-and-lube, you get the care and feeding directions on this thing, and you can see the pump mechanism, and it's pretty standard fare down there. And so I've just got to fill this thing on up with grease. The grease I'm going to put into my G-Gun is this extreme pressure Mollygraph multi-purpose grease. It's in this case I got it from CRC. I had a hard time trying to find this stuff relatively inexpensive in tubs. This is the kind of grease that I buy for loaders and greasing up the 3-point and pretty much everything. I like it because the Molly sticks, hangs in there. It hangs into joints a little better than lithium-based greases, so I prefer the Molly, and so I'm going to put this grease into the G-Gun, all of it. Okay, I just tried priming the G-Gun, and after 40,000 pumps, nothing came on out, so I guess it's time to RFM and see what I'm missing from the manual. Hopefully it doesn't say something like, but first pull the plug and then put the grease in. Ruh-roh. Okay, RFM priming guide. This product is suitable for grease consistency numbers of 0, 1, and 2 pumpable grease. Drop 2 to 3 kilograms of correct grease into your G-Gun, grease gun. Tamp the unit on a firm surface to encourage the grease to displace air pockets trapped in cavities to the base of your G-Gun, grease gun. Pump unit until delivery commences. If your G-Gun, grease gun will not prime, it is due to an airlock between the hose and the pump. Solve this by removing the hose from the delivery side of the pump and pump until delivery commences. Fill as required. Your G-Gun, grease gun is now primed. This operation does not need to be repeated for subsequent fillings. I was doing everything okay. Okay, so I've almost got this thing primed. We got to keep pumping this thing until it's primed. Whoa! So much for almost. It is primed. So let's see how this works. So that's how the lock-and-lube works. You just put it on there and slime this bad boy on up, and then to take pressure up, you lift up. Sweet. I'm digging this. Yeah, I'm digging this. Boy, if it gets me away from having to change out those stupid 20-ounce tubes, I will be thrilled. So these Zerks are closer to the work and closer to the ground, so they regularly get filled with muck depending on what kind of work I was doing. So they need to be cleaned out. Get the junk out there so that the grease gun's fitting, the lock and lube can fit in there. So I'll try it again here. That's a nice secure fit, and that's all set to take grease. We're good. And that's that. And so much I've used it, another air pocket. I like it. Eventually I'll get all the new air pockets out. But this is nice. I just got done unboxing and loading with grease and priming, and then initially using my new G-Gun grease gun. And insofar as I have used it, I think it's going to be a real time saver. If anything, it's going to save me a bunch of time screwing around with those little 20-ounce tubes of grease, which I loathe. I loathe them. Anyway, little teething problems is the lock and lube that came with this sticks, and I'll give it a shot. I tried to lube it up and maybe it'll just break in and work a little smoother. And I have some air pockets in my grease. Well, okay, fine. But outside of that, it works great. So that's what I have to share about it, YouTube. Bye-bye.